I've celebrated yesterday way too much, but no excuses, time to head to work. My Shadows track is still not finished. It's like the city at the end of summer, an entire construction site.
I need more than the shadow over you.
And that's only the stuff that I passed by for the duration of the ice. There's a lot more in the city. Finishing a track is not easy. I've been struggling for the past couple of days. There are so many variables. Let's just take the vocals as an example. Half a dB up or down. A bit less decay on the reverb, cutting away the low end. A little bit more of diffusion and cutting the low end of the reverb. Less chorus, pushing the top end by a little bit. A bit more strength on the de-esser, lowering the threshold of the compressor by a lot. And believe me, these are just some settings for the vocals, and there are 29 other tracks that need the same attention. And the closer you get to finishing a track, the more time you have to spend to improve it. So I have a couple of techniques that always help me to finish a track. Render the track and listen to it at least 5 times from start to finish.
I need more than the shadow over you.
While listening, take notes and just write down what needs to be changed and then do it. The second technique is that I'm listening to at least 5 tracks that are in a similar style. I compare the arrangements, the mixing, the excitement, the build-ups, the usage of effects, and if my track is lacking any of these points, I improve it. Number 3 is doing actually almost the same thing, but this time with tracks that are in a different style. This can sometimes give you inspiration to solve problems differently, use other techniques, and maybe even develop your sound. Number 4 is the most time intensive, but also the one that will help you the most, and that is doing slight variations in the mixing of your track, bounce them out, test them on different systems, and then decide which one is the best. I have now reached number 17 with my Shadows track. And yeah, it's quite annoying, but it helps. I know now for sure which one is the best. Step number 5 is a bit tricky, and that is sending out your track to other people to get feedback. This can help a lot, but it can also confuse you by a lot. So be careful to who you send the track out. I would always recommend to send it to people that are also making music. You get a more precise feedback. They can tell you, oh, okay, the vocals are a bit too loud. Lower them maybe by 1 dB. If you send it out to your grandmother, your parents, family and friends, you will get feedback that is really annoying and won't help you in any way. And when you get the feedback, think about it, maybe even try out what the people are suggesting, but at the end it's your call to make the final decision for your track. It's yours, and don't let anybody else get into your mind. You really have to fulfill your vision. The feedback is just there to give you new ideas and maybe to think and reflect. The final point is, of course, knowing when a track is finished. This can be quite tricky. I think I already said it in another video. I always work as long as I start changing things instead of really improving them. That's the point where I stop. You just start to spin in circles. This is not good. You might even end up ruining your track. And I think with my Shadows track, I've now reached a point. There is nothing I can do for it anymore, so it's time to call it a day. I'm sure I can come up with 1 or 2 more tips, but now it's time to have at least a little bit of a weekend. Haben wir auch gefreut, Mann. Bis zur nächsten Party.
Und ja, lass mal gucken, nächstes Wochenende. Ich sag mal Bruder Bescheid, dass der euch mal anschreiben soll wegen der Party.
Ja, Einladungsparty.
Genau. Ja?
Alles klar, bis dann. Ciao.
Ja,
This was Arno, one of my best friends that I know since kindergarten. There's some party ahead. Let's check it out. It sounds like a reggae party and it sure does smell like one. I'm back at home and I have a slight problem. Vanessa was working the entire day and she asked me, yeah, she's even calling. Yeah, and I promised her to clean up this place. I didn't tell her that I'm going to the studio. She thinks anyways that I'm working way too much, and probably she's right, but I don't care. Now I just need to clean up this place at least a little bit within the next 10 minutes. Multitasking is not my thing, and cleaning up also not. Looks kind of okay, at least the part that you can see. The kitchen is still a mess and everything behind the camera as well. Not easy with just one hand. Okay, kind of done. This is not really clean, especially not by Vanessa's standards, but I'm showing a goodwill and doing at least something. You wanna have some party? There is a reggae party.
Yeah, I've heard already.
Did you also smell it?
No. Yeah.
Did you see I cleaned up?
What did you clean, actually?
Everything. I cleaned. Kind
Yeah.
of. So what now? Watching Stranger Things? Vanessa's afraid of watching this new TV show. But I also left her alone the last time we watched it. We're done watching Stranger Things, which is, by the way, probably the best TV show in 2016. I also started working again, not on the new track, it's not really done. I bought a new plugin that is called Isotope Ozone 6. It's a mastering plugin and I started playing around with it a little bit, and now it's already 4 in the morning, so I should probably go to bed, end this vlog, because the next one is starting just in a couple of hours. And my last tip is always work on your newest track so long until it is better than your last one. Without constantly improving, you're pretty much lost as a DJ and producer, or doing basically anything else in life. Okay, I didn't clean in here at all.
You didn't actually clean anything.
I did, but not here.